someone will find it. That's not the school where I work.
It's almost 6 o'clock Sunday morning. On Friday, I was here umpiring cricket for some school students. And the whole time I was thinking to myself, there's so much rubbish around this oval. I've really got to come back and clean it up. I was tempted to clean it up at the time, but I had other responsibilities. So let's go clean it up now. That's the bottom of some of the plastic stumps. I actually think this came from our school. Standing out there umpiring on Friday, I recalled a conversation I had with a friend in April. I'll let that conversation tell its own story.
I was at that point as a school teacher as well, where I was feeling that, we were teaching them about environmental issues.
Sure.
And all the time I was saying to the kids in my class, this is your problem to fix. And I just couldn't keep saying to them anymore, this is your problem. It's not. It's our problem to fix it for them. But getting these guys involved is, it's got to be all of us.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a container for mouth guards for football. Let's go clockwise, round the outside. An ex-trailer park boy goes round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Ex-trailer park boy goes round the outside. Yeah, I really was. I grew up in a trailer when I wasn't living under a house. It was really, really poor. That's a bit of a mouth guard. Been broken or bitten in half, probably for some form of football. Rugby, probably. If you're still watching this far, there's a pretty good chance that you're from Uganda. Ugandans are the ones who watch most of my long-form videos. Australians watch the shorts. So I just want to let you know, I want to do a dedicated plog for you because it was from Uganda that I really got the inspiration for taking environmental action. When I was there in 2007, I saw the amazing stuff that was happening with the gorillas. And then I went back again this year to film Reforestation, and I learned so much. So thank you all. I really want to dedicate one whole episode to Uganda and the way Ugandans have inspired me. Dispose of this bag responsibly. I'll go do that now. I saw what was being done with the gorillas over there and how dedicated the people were or are to looking after the gorillas. So I went back to Uganda this year to film Reforestation. And again, the country is so dedicated to reforestation. I saw coming in from Entebbe to Kampala, signs on posts encouraging young people to plant trees. I would love that to be here in Australia. So I want to dedicate something to you and thank you for watching. Thank you for everything you're doing in Uganda. I received a video recently from some children thanking me for cleaning up the planet. I should be thanking them.
Keeping our planet clean, brother David.
We'll call that bag 1. So I'm wondering whether I should intentionally make these long form videos for a Ugandan audience and make the short forms for an Australian audience. For Australians, is there stuff that would make you want to watch long form videos more? And Ugandan, perhaps there's something you'd like to see about blogging in Australia or just Australia in general for me to include in future videos. Let me know in the comments. Mandarin orange energy gel. Someone needed energy. That's something about plogging, is that it's not just exercise, it's exercise with purpose. We expend energy on exercise. So let's say someone's on a treadmill expending energy. What I find is that I'm not just expending energy, I'm actually expending energy with a purpose, with a goal of cleaning up the environment. And that gives me even more motivation. Maybe you find that as well. I honestly, when I go to bed at night time, I'm excited like it's Christmas for waking up the following morning so I can go out blogging. Seriously, honestly. If you're struggling to get out of bed in the morning, maybe that would help you. Maybe the thought of coming out and cleaning up the environment might be just that perfect thing to get you out of bed in the morning. And hats. Let's see if I can get this. 1, 2 hats, school hats. No one's coming back for that one. That must have been from when the tree fell down. Slippery. The sun's starting to come up over here, over the hill. I used to live on campus up here when I was doing my psychology degree back in the early 2000s. It was fun, really fun. I loved university. I would go back in an eye blink if it wasn't for the fact it's so expensive nowadays. My degrees were so cheap back then, but they've become really, really expensive. I've got one daughter doing university at the moment, and I hate to think how much debt she's accruing. That was never the case for me. So that's a squash cone that they use for during sports. This is a plastic bag that they use to put a medium-sized shirt in. Almost fell. I bet half the people who are watching this are waiting for me to do something dumb and fall. Perhaps in this area, there could be a plogging group that comes here and does, you know, the plogging game that I do with my kids? They could do the plogging game here. Let's say 40 people, just boom, plogging game. 2 minutes and it's clean. Look in the show notes in the description. Every video, I have the rules of the plogging game, the instructions. Feel free to copy, paste them, email them to everyone. There's fruit here. Nothing seems to be eating that. There's no bite marks or anything in it from animals like bats and things. There's lots of bats around here. So I've been inclined to think that that's poisonous. There's no bite marks in this. None from the animals. So I've been inclined to think that's poisonous. I just can't leave styrofoam. Let's get it. Is this tree going to hold me? There's the styrofoam. Let's see if I can crack it up in here. Oh no! Something's gone into the environment. Look, tiny teddies. You right there, Trinity? Squatting down, so good for you. Jack Daniels with no sugar? I'm not so sure about that. Okay, the bag's full. That'll do for today. Please think back to the video I showed right at the start, where I was talking to Solomon about feeling uncomfortable about telling my students that this is their problem to solve. It's everyone's problem to solve. Wouldn't it be wonderful if by the time the children in my class become adults, filling a bag up like this in any place in Australia would take a whole day? I've done this twice and it's about half an hour. There's a bottle and styrofoam. I won't leave those behind. I can squash those in. What's this? See, if I was in New Zealand, they'd call this a poi. Over here, they call it a thing. Awesome. Living on the razor's edge. Gonna get this one, because this one's gonna have, you guessed it, I can never do a plog. See, it's got D-O-G, right? D-O-G, that's dog poo in there. I know that school, I might return it to them. That's Castles Road. You see it getting busier now. And over there, up here, that's the QE2 hospital. Been there more than once. Broken bones, separated AC joint up here. What else? Oh, cutting a tendon in my foot. One of my tendons isn't connected anymore. Can't help myself. Cardboard can stay, plastic can't. Let's get away from the road and fight a bin. I can fit these two in. So it kind of becomes a bit obsessive, but it's a good kind of obsession. You know, not an unhealthy one. I'm bending down and stuff. That's good for me, not bad.
I told you that I knew the school. Someone will find it. That's not the school where I work.